Autoline Daily is brought to you by Dow Automotive Systems. Learn how we can help you arrive at cost-effective and innovative solutions to your toughest industry challenges at dowautomotive.com.
Here are today's top headlines. GM CEO Fritz Henderson gets a pay cut, or does he? Chrysler Financial may be on death row, and Kia turns a profit. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Friday, October 23rd, 2009. Hello, everyone. I'm Murray Feldman, Fox 2 News in Detroit, taking yet another turn in the Autoline Daily anchor chair. No worries, though. McElroy, my buddy, will be back here next week. Here's the news. We told you about the president's pay czar yesterday and how he planned to wrangle the executive salaries. Well, today, word has leaked out, according to Bloomberg News, that Fritz Henderson will be taking a salary cut, but not really a pay cut. What's that all about? Here's what they've done. Mr. Henderson's GM salary is cut by 25%, down to about $950,000. But he'll also get over $4 million annually in company stock. So in fact, if the corporation starts heading up, he's really getting a raise. But all that's tied to the performance, so we'll have to see how that goes and how GM fares. By the way, in case you're wondering, Chrysler's Sergio Marchionne will not be affected because he's paid by the European parent Fiat. However, other executives at the Auburn Hills, Michigan automaker will take a hit. No word on just how much right now. Meanwhile, speaking of hits, Chrysler Financial, the once mighty lender to both wholesale and retail arms of its namesake automaker, is going out of business. Since GMAC replaced the group, the Detroit Free Press tells us, as the preferred financial arm of Chrysler LLC, the writing has been on the wall. The announcement, which came from the Treasury Department, said that it will be liquidated by the end of 2011. Yesterday, we reported that Hyundai posted a third-quarter profit. Now its South Korean partner is following suit. According to the Wall Street Journal, Kia posted a third-quarter profit thanks to tax breaks and strong sales of new car models. The company earned a profit of $337 million in its third quarter. However, if the dollar continues to weaken, that could impact Kia's profits. Earlier this week, we reported that Opel employees in Spain were protesting Magna's proposed job cuts. Now, according to the AFP in Spain, the two sides have reached a deal. Magna originally planned to cut about 1,300 jobs, but will now only cut 900. The company also is agreeing to keep production of some models in Spain and keep the plant open for at least 10 more years. Wards reports that Infiniti sales have dropped 33% this year, but surprisingly, the average transaction price is up $1,000 per unit. Ben Poor, the brand's vice president, says part of the reason for the decline is because of low inventory, which is probably the reason prices are up. At some points, they've only had a 25-day supply of vehicles. In an interview with Automotive News, Carlos Ghosn, the CEO of Nissan, said his company is not going to build dedicated hybrids like the Toyota Prius. Instead, Japan's #3 automaker will only offer the technology on existing models, like the Altima and the redesigned Infiniti M, which was just revealed at the Tokyo Motor Show. Instead, Nissan will focus on electric-only vehicles, and it has some big plans for its upcoming EVs.
We believe, and we're planning for about 10% of our vehicle volume by 2020 to be pure electric. So at 10%, that's significant volumes, but it's still 10%. So 90% of our volume will still be in internal combustion engine vehicles, hybrids, diesels, all the other technology have to be there, but they really are stepping stones. Any manufacturer is trying for 100% electrification. 100% of the vehicle transportation sector is going to be electric soon. And we just want to be there first and be there in the largest volumes.
Nissan wants to be a real pioneer in the EV field, and it's hoping to make a big splash with the Leaf, the zero-emission hatchback, which will kick off a North American tour on November the 13th, debuting in Los Angeles. After that, it'll stop in 22 cities in 11 states across the United States, plus Vancouver, Canada. The cross-country roadshow wraps up next February in New York City. Coming up, a preview of this week's episode of Autoline Detroit. We'll be right back after this. This week on Autoline, John is joined in the studio by Bruce Dale, Ph.D., a professor of bio-based technologies at Michigan State University. Also on the panel, Tim Higgins of the Detroit Free Press and James Amond of Ward's Auto. In the following clip, Dr. Dale talks about how we need to keep advancing alternative fuels to end our dependence on oil and how difficult that switch is going to be.
This is going to be many decades to get out of this. And there aren't any easy answers, and it's going to take time. So we have to keep pushing forward with the real alternatives to petroleum. Ethanol is one of a very few alternatives to do that. So all the things that you brought up are right, all the concerns. So what? We need to keep pushing forward unless we want to keep doing this year after year, decade after decade. I don't want to do that.
You can catch the rest of the episode of Autoline on our website right now. Okay, it's the end of the week, and that means it's time to announce our winner of our trivia contest. We asked you to identify what kind of a car this is. We thought it'd be a real challenge, but there's no outsmarting you folks. As most of you correctly responded, it is a Chrysler Airflow, and some of you who really know your stuff were able to tell us that it's a 1934 model. And today's lucky winner is Ann Steele of Belmont, California. Congratulations, Ann. You've just won an Autoline coffee mug. You have to supply the coffee, though. You know, there is a recession going on out there. That's it for today's top news in the global automotive industry. I'm Murray Feldman, Fox 2 News in Detroit. Thanks for watching. John McElroy will be sitting in for me on Monday. No, not really. It is his show. Sometimes. Have a good weekend, everyone.